Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. We'll be going through an emerging coin that's still fresh in the market, that's generating me serious passive income. Now, this is a high risk, high reward project. So whatever I say today is purely educational and something that I'm personally putting my money into. This does not mean you need to invest. Do your own research and make your own financial decisions. Now, this coin is called Position Exchange, POSI for short. Now, let's go through what it does. Then I'll show you how it can actually earn a yield and passive income through staking some POSI. Now, Position Exchange, can't even speak there. Position Exchange is essentially a decentralized trading platform. And what they're doing is they bring the centralized exchange experience into a decentralized exchange. All right, what I mean is platforms like Binance Futures has a lot of regulations and changes and restrictions. All right, you would have seen that a lot of countries are actually banned from trading on Binance Futures, which poses which gives a lot of market share to good platforms out there. But also on a centralized platform like Binance, the KYC or verification needed is quite challenging for people, especially, international students or in some restricted countries. And also, if you're underage, you probably can't trade on Binance Futures. So Position Exchange aims to provide all of that experience on a decentralized platform, which means that no one person owns it and there's no verification needed, which is amazing. All right, anyone can create an account, just make a MetaMask, and you can just trade. Now, let's go through a bit of the tokenomics, all right, which I think it was very, very interesting. The tokenomics over here, all right, it has 100 million POSI in total supply, right? 100 million in total supply. What does that mean? So the total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. Some coins out there have trillions. The max supply that this will ever have is 100 million. And 80% is for the community. What does that mean? It means that 80 million coins will be for the community, for people like you and I, that provide liquidity and are early users of the platform, right? We have 10% for team and advisors. So 10 million will be for the team and advisors, and it will be every token that's minted, 10% of it goes to that wallet. Now, you don't need to be alarmed because they do not have access to these wallets for the next 2 to 5 years. So it's in their best interest to make the price of POSI go up, because if not, then they would have wasted 5 years working on a project. They don't get paid. We don't get paid. No one wins. So it's definitely in their best interest to help this project grow. Right, we have whitelist, which was for the early users. I was not involved in this, but 5 million was already sent out. 4% liquidity for the platform, 1% airdrop, which was for a long time ago. Now, with 80% being for the community, the platform now has the ability to give generous yields. Okay, so let's start on farms and how you can make some gains over here. All right, right now you can see that the APY for some of these projects is 40,000% per year and 10,000% per year. Yes, you have read this right, but let's get our understanding right on what APY actually is. APY is like the annual percentage yield. So this is assuming that whatever profits we have, we are recompounding that back into the pool every single day. Now, the APY is not sustainable because as more users come into the platform, the APY will decrease. If the price drops, the APY also decreases. Now, if you were to participate inside this pool, these are some earnings you can get. Right now, the daily earning is 1.66%, which means that if you had $1,000 inside this pool, you're making $16 a day, or roughly 12% per week, assuming if the rate stays the same, which is crazy, right? Not sustainable for long-term, high risk, high reward, but pretty crazy. And you have to think of it like this. The banks only give us 2% interest per year. We're getting 12% per week, right? Which is very nice. Down here as well, you can see the amount that you can earn with these different pools. Okay. Now, what's the catch? Why is there such a big APY? Remember, 80% is given back to users, but also it's very high risk. So let's say I wanted to participate inside POSI-BUSD. Let's say I wanted to put in $1,000 worth of liquidity. I'll need to enter the farm with 50% ratio. What does that mean? I need to provide $500 worth of BUSD and $500 worth of POSI. Now, each price of POSI is $3.18. Currently, it is the 24th of October, 2021. This is how it works, guys. First, you go to exchange. You need to have both of those assets in 50-50 ratio, right? So you got to exchanges. So what I'll recommend is once you're connected with your MetaMask account, it is on the Binance Smart Chain platform. So if you don't know how to do that, go to my other videos and you can learn how to connect the Binance Smart Chain to your MetaMask. What I recommend is the easiest line of transfer is having BNB from CoinSpot, Binance, or whatever. You're going to transfer that into your MetaMask account on the Binance Smart Chain. And now we're going to make payments with BNB. Okay. So first things first is, let's say you had some BNB, you're going to exchange it for some POSI, right? So if you're doing $1,000, you'll need a certain amount of BNB for BUSD. Now, once you have both of those tokens in equilibrium, 50% and 50%, you're going to go to liquidity, which is right next to swap. And you're going to add those two tokens to create the liquidity pair. Right? Or in fact, I can combine BUSD or BNB. Now, once I have it in equilibrium, I can enter or I can supply those two to create the LP pair. Right? And it will give you a number in between, right? Depending on the price of POSI at that time. But all you need to do is combine those two in equilibrium, enter. And once you have the LP pair, you're going to go back to the farms. And you're going to stake that LP. You're going to stake that LP. Okay. And voila, right? It should be inside your POSI BUSD staked. Now, this is the risk involved with this way of earning. We have entered, let's say we bought 50 POSI and we entered that into the pool. If the price of POSI was to skyrocket tomorrow and we wanted to withdraw our POSI, we might not be getting back that 50 POSI. We might get back 20 POSI or 30 POSI because there's something called impermanent loss. The pool is always trying to rebalance itself. So even though you made astronomical gains from the price of POSI going up, the idea is this: if you just held your coins, you might have earned more. So that's opportunity cost / impermanent loss. Okay, so I'm going to drop down a link as well where you can read more on that. But if you were to get into a pool, what I did was I actually started off with the POSI / BUSD pool, earning this percentage per day. Now, if you don't want to handle the fees, because there's a lot of fees here, right? If you harvest the pool or harvest your rewards, okay, you got to pay a fee. If you exchange half of your tokens for POSI, you got to pay a fee, right? So instead of paying all those fees, some people like the vault option where you can just stake the LP pair and it recompounds for you every 7 hours. So imagine that, right? You put $100 in or whatever amount you want to do, and every 7 hours, it takes your rewards and recompounds that back into the pool. and does it for you. So this is more so as for an approach if you have a small amount to invest in, or if you don't want to deal with fees, or you just want to set it and forget it. This is a great option for you. Just bear in mind, as the price of Posi goes up, that you will face some impermanent loss. So the amount put in might not be the amount taken out. Okay. So next thing we want to do is we want to go to the pools. This is where I have most of all of my money in now. I started off in the farms first, generated some income there. I took that Posi and reinvested it back into the Posi NFT pool, right? So besides this, we have the Posi pool over here. The benefits of the Posi pool is that there's no lockup period. So if I was to deposit my Posi over here, I can stake it, then I can just take it out tomorrow if I wanted to. However, over here, you can see the yield is a bit less. Every single day, we're making about 0.34%, which is still fantastic. Right? In a week, you make what the banks give you in a whole year. However, there is a deposit fee. So if I was to deposit 100 Posi into this pool, it will just register as 97. So there's an immediate fee that we cop. Harvest lockup is 12 hours, and it will change from pool to pool, which means that if I wanted to collect rewards on my 10th hour, I cannot do that. I need to wait for the full 12 hours. Now, what I did was I went into a more higher risk pool over here. The only difference between these two pools is the lockup period. The lockup period for the Posi pool is no lockup. The lockup period for the Posi NFT pool is 25 to 45 days. So I'll show you how to, access that really soon. Let's talk about the APR for a moment. So APY is 13,000, but APR per day, about 1.36% per day, right? Which is fantastic. It's close to about 10% per week. The harvest fee, however, is 5%. So if I was to withdraw this $301 today, I will not actually get the full amount. 5% gets automatically deducted. It gets thrown into another contract. And at the end of the week, the developers actually take that money and reinvest that back into the pool, which is really nice. Right. So over here, you can see the rewards reset in 41 days. So once a week, the developers get together with the community. So there is a DAO process where the users are actually owners of Position Exchange, and we can have governance and voting rights. And once a week, we vote if we should refill the pool. And most of the time, it does go through. So once a week, we are expecting a bit of a shift inside the percentages here, because more money gets thrown inside this Position Exchange pool, and we earn more rewards. And right now, you can see I have about 7,539 Position Exchange tokens locked up into this NFT pool. And per week right now, it is generating me some generous gains. If I was to do the exact amount, at this rate right now, it is earning me about $2,300 per week. All right. Of course, this isn't sustainable. This will drop over time if I do not recompound my money. So how do we participate in the NFT pool? All right. Very simple. All right. Over here, guys, let's say I wanted to participate with, all right, 10 Posi. All right. So I have 10 Posi and I want to participate in this pool. Once I cast my NFT, I will be given one of these 6 NFT cards. Now, this is just a clever way of locking up our coins inside the platform, and it creates some stability as well because it's locked up for about 25 to 45 days. Now, let's say I get the farmer. The farmer gives me a buff of 110 to 120%. So my 10 Posi is now worth 11 to 12. Let's say I get very lucky. I get the boss. My 10 Posi is now worth 18 to 20 because the buff is 180 to 200%. So once I have my card, I can actually go back into the pool and I can stake that card. And it actually registers as 12 or 14 or 18, depending on my luck when casting the card. Now, my luck is that I've gotten mostly farmers and janitors, but it's still pretty good because there is a buff and the APR is still fantastic in my opinion. Now, of course, the downside is that it's locked up for a period of time. You can see that some of my cards are locked up for 40 days, 26 days, 34 days, 20 days. What does that mean? It means that I cannot sell, or I cannot have my original investment back until that day is completed. Now, let's say this card over here, 34 days until the composition date, which means that after 34 days, if I decide to decompose this, I get my original value back. I do not get the mining power with it. Whatever I put in, I get out after that date. Okay. Now, if you're very impatient and you can't wait that date, maybe you need emergency funds. There's also an NFT marketplace where you can trade these NFTs and you can put in the appropriate pricing. So you might sell it for undervalue so that people can purchase it, right? So my game plan for this was I actually started off at the farms. I generated enough per day. Then I funneled most of the profits into the NFT pool. Now, the NFT pool is the high risk, high reward, because if the price of Posi goes up, I'm up a lot. If the price of Posi goes down, I'm also down a lot as well. So it's that double-edged sword over there. So guys, this is a high risk, high reward project right now because the trading platform is not out yet. So everyone is in these farms and pools based on a project that has no real utility yet. So if the price has gotten to this height already, I think that once the trading platform comes out, we should see a huge increase in price, right? The platform is coming out in late November of 2021 right now. They're waiting for some audits by Certic. But one feature that I want to leave with you guys is this, and you can make your price predictions off this feature, right? Most trading platforms make their money off trading fees. So when you trade on Binance Futures, you got to pay a small fee. When you trade on DYDX, you got to pay a fee. Same thing as well that's going to happen for position exchange. Position exchange is going to provide very low fees. So they're going to attract a lot of users to their platform. Now, every single penny that's collected from the fees, 100% of it is going to go back to something called buy back and burn. So they're going to spend, or they're going to purchase all that Posi with the trading fees, then burn it from existence. So we may never see 100 million in circulation because we're constantly buying and burning, buying and burning. So just a quick price prediction. This is not financial advice. This is my own analysis and my own sentiment on the prices itself. I personally think that 1 month after the release of the trading platform, we can see double-digit prices. So this $3.17 can probably go to, I'm guessing 12 to 15 US dollars per Posi. That's my price prediction right now. Like I said, this could be a no-go. It could go to zero tomorrow. It could go to 100K in a couple months, right? Never know. You never know. So you can follow more on Position Exchange through their Telegram group chat, which is what I'm going to link below. If you want to get access to Position Exchange, I will list as well my own referral link, right? And you guys can use that if you want to. But other than that, happy investing. Make sure you invest smart, never overextend, and have fun generating passive income. Peace out, everyone, and I'll see you at the next video.